Hello everyone, I'm BatPan, a bat who uses pan to cook and poison his enemies. In this series of videos, we'll be seeing the functions I wanted for my game and the way I got them to work in my upcoming game. This video is actually an extended example of the previous video, which means it has more examples for different scenarios that you guys might actually have a question about. And in this case, it will be giving an example of creating 4 different footsteps for 4 different surfaces: dirt, wood, leaves, and water. So the actual function of creating unique footsteps is in the previous video, which you guys can see on top of your screen, or go to it from the link in the description. I guess I said everything, so without wasting time, let's go to the video. So this is an extended example of the previous video. I want to show you guys, what you guys can do and how you guys can, create different footsteps on different surfaces. I told you guys how to create 2 footsteps on 2 surfaces. I thought it was actually hard to, create it for 2 or 3 ones. So I'm going to make an extended example video for this one. It's not going to be that long. I highly recommend you guys to watch the previous video so you guys can understand what I'm going to do in this video. So I actually created 2 different cubes for the, event trigger, as I told you guys in the last video. So when we're inside this cube, you just gonna have to, click this is trigger. So when you're actually inside the cube, you can say that, for example, you're inside the leaf surfaces or inside the water or on a wood or on dirt. I'm gonna, deactivate the mesh renderer so we don't see the cube. I know it doesn't, look logical, but I'm gonna do this for the sake of the tutorial. First, we go to our FPS controller. I'm doing this on a Unity standard assets, FPS controller that comes with the Unity standard assets. If you don't have that, I'm gonna leave link in the description for you guys to download, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I click here to go to my code. I open my code. I go right around here. If you've seen my last video, I've added a boolean for when I'm on the wooden surface. So for example, when I go inside the cube, on wooden surface is equal to true. So I'm gonna need 2 more for leaves and water. So we say public boolean on leaves surface is equal to false. Then we say public boolean on water surface is actually equal to false. So why I made it public is because I want to access it from other code. So you gotta make it up, public. Then we need audios for, leaves surface walking and running, and for water surface walking and running. So we say serialized field private audio clip. I'm gonna make it an array. Then I'm gonna say m underline walk on leaves footsteps. I'm gonna name it this. I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna change the walk to run. Then I go down here. I create another serialized field private audio clip. I'm gonna make it an array as well. I'm gonna give walk on water footsteps. Then I'm gonna duplicate it again. Change the walk to run. So as you guys know, it's going to take an array of audios for the walking, running on the leaves and water. I've added, wood and dirt before. So if you want to understand this part, you could, watch the previous videos. I've explained it pretty well, so you guys can understand it from there. Like I did in the previous video, we go here. Then we say if we're on a wooden surface is equal to false. Then we say if we're actually on a wooden surface is equal to true. So when we are not a wooden surface, it is in the last video when we were not on a wooden surface, then we were on a dirt. But in here we have 2 other surfaces as well. So we gotta say and you're gonna have to put 2 of these. To add these, you can press shift and click on 7. We're just gonna add this. We say on leaf surface is equal to false. So we're not on the leaves. And then we say on water surface is equal to false as well. So when we're not on any of them, we're on the dirt, so we play the dirt sound. But if we're on a wooden surface, we're gonna play the wood sound. We have 2 more, so we say else if we're on leaf surface is equal to true. We add this. Then we add 1 for the water, say on water surface is equal to true. Then we add this. So then we gotta check if we're walking or running on the leaf surface. So we say if is walking is equal to true. So if you're actually walking on a leaf, then we say else if is walking is equal to false. You're running on a leaf surface. We can copy this and add it here as well. We're gonna do the same thing as this for these one. I explained all of them in the previous videos. I don't want this video to be that long because it's an extended example, as I said at the start of the video. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste it here. But I'm gonna name it for you guys so you guys know. Say walk on leaves We go down here, we say run on leaves. You can copy this, put it here. You say walk on water, say run on water. So for this one, instead of giving the M underline walk wood, we're gonna give it the M underline walk on leaves footsteps. Then you can copy this and add it for wherever we have walk wood footsteps. It is here, 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 and here. So we've changed the value. You can change the integer, or you can keep the same integer. I'm gonna change it for the sake of the tutorial, so it doesn't introduce any bugs. Then I'm gonna actually paste it again here. This one is run on leaves, so I'm gonna say M underline run on leaves footsteps. Then I'm gonna copy this and paste it anywhere I see walk on woods footsteps. It's a simple task. I'm sure you guys can understand what I'm actually doing here. I'm actually copying this one and just changing the values and the audio sources. So in here we can give in Q instead of F. For here, I'm gonna paste it again. In here, we are actually walking on water, so we say M underline walk on water footsteps. Then I'm copy and paste it here like I did for all the others. I'm gonna name this one Y. You can name it whatever you want. And for this one as well, I'm gonna do this as well. So I paste it here. And this one is actually run on water. So we say run on, underline run on water footsteps. Then we copy it and paste it for wherever we have walk on woods. I'm gonna give this one a U, int U. So this was actually it for the first person controller. I've actually just copied this and changed the values. If you want to better understand what I did in these codes, you can watch the previous video. I just used what whoever made the first person controller did and changed the values myself, and I explained it in the previous videos. And I just copied this. Instead of typing all of this, I just copied and changed the values. So the video's time won't be that long. In our FPS controller right now, we need audios for the walk on leaves, walk on water, and run on water. So I've added some sounds for leaves. I'm gonna add them here. Like I said, you can click on this lock icon. Instead of giving it one by one, you can just go to your leaves box, select all of them. You can drag and drop it here. Walk on leaves. This one is run on leaves. Walk water. We give it this way. Then we go run water. Then we give it this way. So we've given it whatever it needs. Then we need to go to our water cube and leaf cube collider and give it two different scripts to check if we're inside them or not. So we say I'm gonna add a C# script. I'm gonna say on leaves surface checked. For the leaves, I'm gonna open it up. So in here, I need a reference to my first person controller. So I say using Unity standard assets characters first person, you're gonna have to put this one so you can, tell your code what an FPS controller is. So we say public first person controller, FPS controller. Sorry if I'm actually, saying all of this fast, because I've told all of this in the previous video. And this is an extended example of the video. We can delete the void start and update. In here, we're just gonna say void on trigger enter for when we enter the cube, and void on trigger exit for when we exit the cube, and trigger exit for when we exit the cube. So then we're inside the cube of the leaves. We say FPS controller dot on leaf surface is equal to true, on water surface is equal to false, FPS controller dot on wooden surface is equal to false. So when we're actually on a leaf surface, we say FPS controller dot on leaf surface is equal to true. Anything else is false. But whenever we are outside of this, we're just gonna say FPS controller dot on leaves. I actually don't have to write all of this. I can copy this and paste it here and change all of them to false. So when we're outside the cube, anything else is false, as you guys see. So this was for the leaves. I have to make one for the water as well. So I create a new C# to say on water surface checked. I do the same thing for this one as well. Unity standard assets, but characters, but first person. Then I go here, I say public first person controller, FPS controller, and the name of the FPS controller, and delete both of these. Void on trigger enter, and void on trigger exit. So when we're inside the water surface, we say FPS controller dot on water surface is equal to true. Anything else is false. So we say FPS controller on leaf surface is false. FPS controller that on wood surface is equal to false as well. So for when we're outside the cube, we say if anything else or everything is actually false. We first have to, unlock this so we can actually go to our cube's properties. On the water cube, we actually give it the on water surface cube. It needs an FPS controller script. We can give it here, or you can drag and drop your FPS controller here. For the leaves cube, we give it the on leaves surface check. We give it the FPS controller. Then we go and actually check that out. This is dirt sound. This is wood sound. This is leaf sound. This is water sound. So now for the walking, I'm going to show you the walking sound. This is walking on dirt, wood. This one is leaves. It's dirt, then water. I know it doesn't sound logical. I just made this so you guys can, see this and create this for your games. So this was an extended example for my footsteps video. If you guys want to do it for, 2, 3, or 4 different surfaces, you can use this method. I explained it fast because I've explained all of this in the previous videos. I just, duplicated things and, added some parts. It wasn't actually anything new. So that's that. I'm gonna go do something for the end of the video as I did in my previous videos. So this is what I created for the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.